morning, guys. Happy Sunday. Welcome to your Yoga Every Hour Sunday morning flow. My name is Emma, or the Strong Yogi, and we're going to be going through a 45-minute Vinyasa flow this morning. So Vinyasa is all about connecting the breath to your movement. So it's going to be quite a flowy practice. We don't take specific breaks, but if you need to take a break or if you're struggling in any pose, just come out of the pose, take any variation you might like. If you feel like you want to, you can always come back into that pose as well. I'm just going to show you 2 resting poses that you can take if you would like to at any point during the practice. So from your tabletop position, where your wrists are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips, if you want to take a little rest at any point during the practice, you can always come into your child's pose. So you're going to sink your hips backwards. You can extend those arms out nice and long, rest the forehead down to the mat, or take those arms out beside you. And then your other option for your resting pose is your downward facing dog. So again, from that tabletop position, this time you're going to tuck your toes under and you're going to lift those hips to the sky. And you can just chill out here in your downward facing dog. And other than those 2, if there's any other pose that you might like to take as your resting pose, then you can do that as well. So make sure you've got a drink. Just listen to your body. Obviously, I can't see any of you guys this morning. So if you need to take a break, if you feel any tension or pain in any of the poses, just be mindful of that. I'm not going to be playing any music, so please do feel free to pop some music on in the background if you would like to. And we're not specifically going to need any props today, but if you do have a yoga strap or a dressing gown belt or something like that, you might need it. It might be helpful if you want to grab it, but not essential. Perfect. So let's get started. So when you're ready, we're just going to come to a nice comfortable seat on our mat. We're going to take a nice big inhale, roll the shoulders backwards, push the chest forwards, opening through the heart center. And then as you exhale, just bow the chin down towards the chest. Close the eyes. Let that head hang nice and heavy. And just bring yourself into a moment of still here. A moment when nothing else around you matters, just you on your mat. And as you start to slow down your breath, just being present in this moment. Noticing, acknowledging your breathing pattern as you become calm and relaxed. And notice any thoughts in your mind. And for now, for the next 45 minutes, just letting them go. So leaving behind anything that's already happened. Not worrying about what the future has to hold. And you can either leave your hands resting on your knees here, or just bring one hand to your heart center and place the other hand on top of it, just so you can feel your chest rise and fall with your breath. So from here, we're going to take a big inhale through the nose. And exhale completely. Thinking about something that you might need in your life, take a nice big inhale through the nose, inhaling positive new energy. And then as you exhale, releasing old negative energy, anything that no longer serves you, just letting it melt away. And again, let's take a nice big inhale through the nose. And exhale completely. And again, inhale through the nose. And this time as you exhale, just melting those hands down to the knees. We're going to inhale, roll the right ear up to the right shoulder. Drop the head all the way back. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift the left ear to the left shoulder. Drop the head all the way back. And exhale, drop the chin to the chest. And then let's inhale, right ear to right shoulder. We're going to stay here. And you can either just stay here, or if you want to, you can place the left hand down to the mat and just start to walk those left fingertips out to the left hand side, but without moving the torso. So we don't want to take the torso over to the left as well. That stays nice and straight upright. Chest is open. Gaze is forwards. You can have the eyes open or you can keep them closed. Feel that stretch through the left side of your neck. Take a nice big inhale here and exhale, release the hand, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, roll the left ear up to the left shoulder. And again, either staying here or you're going to bring the right hand down to the mat and just walk those fingertips away, just increasing that stretch through the right side of the neck here. Being careful not to melt the torso over to the left hand side as well, or the right hand side, sorry. Keeping it nice and straight, nice and upright. Perfect. And take a nice big inhale here. And exhale, let's release that pose. Perfect. Let's just take those legs out nice and long. So bringing the legs in front of you. Point those toes up towards the sky. Engage the core, so draw the belly button inwards, lengthen through the spine. You can either rest those hands down by your side or maybe they come to your thighs. And we're going to inhale, point the toes to the sky. And then as you exhale, pointing those toes downwards. And again, inhale, lift those toes. Exhale, point the toes downwards. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time we're going to draw some nice big circles with those feet, with those toes. So taking those circles in one direction. And then let's take them in the other direction. Perfect, pointing those toes upwards. From here, we're going to put a bend into our right knee, bring the sole of the right foot to the mat. So we're really going to hug that knee in towards our chest, and we're going to interlace the fingers behind our right thigh. And take a nice big inhale here, and exhale, lengthening the spine. On our next inhale, we're going to lift the leg, point the toes, and exhale, lower. Nice, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. On the next one, we're going to inhale, lift, and hold at the top. And then you're just going to draw some circles with those toes. So rotating from the knee. Try not to sink the torso backwards. And let's change the direction now. So one more nice big inhale, lift the leg. And then exhale, melt that leg downwards, putting a bend into that knee. Sole of the foot comes down to the mat. And then from here, we're going to go into our twist. So the right hand comes behind us. Inhale, lift the left fingers to the sky, gaze upwards. And then as you exhale, we're going to take that twist to the right. So either hugging your right knee in with your left arm, or you're going to bring your left elbow to the outside of your right leg. Point those left toes to the sky. Gaze over the right shoulder, really work on drawing the belly button inwards, lengthening the spine, opening the chest. Open through the palms of the hands, stretch out through the fingertips. Maybe on the exhale, you can sink a little bit deeper, push around a little bit further, feel that twist in your spine. Take a nice big inhale here. And then exhale, release, come back to center. We're going to slide that right leg out to meet the left. And then we're going to put a bend into that left knee, bring the sole of the foot to the mat. Interlacing the fingers behind the thigh. Take a nice big inhale, make sure that spine is nice and straight. Push the shoulders backwards. Point the right toes up towards the sky. And exhale. And then on our next inhale, we're going to lift that left leg, point the toes. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Try not to let that torso sink backwards. Inhale, lift and hold. And then we're just going to draw some circles with those toes. So rotating from the knee. And then changing the direction. And then one more here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, melting the sole of the foot back down to the mat. The left hand's going to come behind us. Inhale, reach the right fingers to the sky, gaze upwards. And then as you exhale, let's twist to the left. So either hugging the left knee in, or we're going to bring the arm to the outside of the left leg. Open through the palms of the hands. Make sure the right toes are pointing upwards. Gaze over the left shoulder. Holding here and breathing, making sure to pull that belly button inwards. Lengthen through the spine, open through the chest. Imagining a string on the crown of your head pulling you upwards, bringing length, bringing space into the body. And next exhale, maybe you can twist a little bit further. That nice twist in your spine. And one more nice big inhale. And exhale, release, come back to center. And then we're just going to take that left leg back out to meet the right. And we're going to go into our forward folds. So let's inhale, reach the hands to the sky, point the toes upwards. Gaze upwards towards the fingertips. And then as you exhale, slowly hinging at the hips, gazing towards the toes, melt the chest downwards. Let's feel that nice stretch through the back of our legs. So making sure we're not trying to get the forehead down to the knees. We're going to gaze towards those toes, and it's our chest that comes down first. And being that it's first thing in the morning, if you're watching this live, it's often a time when we're a little bit stiffer, when we've just woken up. So if you were to try this again more towards the end of the day, you'll probably find you can reach a little bit further. Please take a nice big inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Let's come back up to center, rolling the shoulders as you get to the top. And then we're going to cross those legs over. Inhale, reach the hands upwards. And then as you exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forwards, placing those palms down onto the mat, keeping the sit bones grounded. Gaze towards the fingertips, take a nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, let's just walk those hands over to the right hand side. So the chest comes over the right thigh. Maybe the left hand can walk all the way over the top of the right, feeling that stretch through the side of the body, melting into that pose. Perfect. So holding here, maybe with your exhale, you can walk those hands a little bit further. One more nice big inhale. Exhale, release, come back to center. Inhale, reach those hands forwards, gaze towards the fingertips. And then exhale, let's take it over to the left. So the torso comes over the left thigh. Maybe you can walk the right hand so it comes all the way over the top of the left. Feel that stretch through the side of the body as you hold here, melting into the pose on this side. Maybe you notice that one side feels completely different to the other. Perfect. Inhale here. And exhale, come back to center. On your next inhale, you're going to gaze forwards. And then as you exhale, we're going to roll into our tabletop position. So this is where our wrists are under our shoulders, our knees are under our hips, and we're just going to draw some circles here. So drawing some circles in one direction, bringing some nice movement into those wrists. And then let's take those circles in the other direction. Perfect. And then if you want to, you can point the fingertips out towards the side. And again, drawing those circles, those fingers in a slightly different place. Take those circles in one direction. And let's take them in the other direction. And then either staying there, or you can point the fingertips towards you. Maybe that stretch is enough, or maybe you want to add those circles back in. Again, taking them in one direction and then the other direction. And then when you're ready, just pointing those fingertips back towards the top of the mat, rolling out through the wrists if you need to before we go into our cat-cows. So grounding through the hands, grounding through the knees. We're going to inhale, look up, arch through the spine. And then exhale, bring the chin to the chest, round through the spine, draw the belly button inwards, push it into the mat. Inhale, look up, arch through the spine, keep the shoulders away from the ears in this one. And then exhale, chin comes to the chest, round through the spine, push up. Inhale, look up, arch the spine. Exhale, chin to chest, round through the spine. And one more nice, big, meaningful movement. Inhale, look up, arching through the spine. And exhale, chin comes to the chest, round through that spine, pushing up, drawing the belly button inwards. And then let's come back to a neutral spine. Make sure that core is nice and engaged. From here, we're going to inhale, tuck the toes under. As we exhale, gently lifting the knees and raising the hips up towards the sky as we come into our first downward facing dog of the practice. So taking whatever you need here, bending one knee, bending the other, walking through that dog. Shaking the hips from side to side if that feels good. Shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. Stretching it out. Just bringing any movement that you might like into this pose. Nobody can see you. Make it your own. And then from here, we're going to inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees. And then we're just going to walk those feet to the top of the mat. Exhale into a standing forward fold. And then let's inhale, roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Rolling the shoulders as you get to the top. Inhale, reach the hands upwards, take a slight back bend. And then exhale, bring the hands together at heart center. From here, we're going to inhale, reach the hands upwards like you're holding a big beach ball. And then as you exhale, we're just going to twist around to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale to the left. This time, inhale to center, reach up. As you exhale, those arms are going to come behind you. Interlace the fingers, push the palms together. Take a nice big inhale, push the chest forwards, push the shoulders back. And as you exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forwards, crown of the head drops downwards towards the mat. Push those hands forwards towards the top of the mat. Bend those knees if that feels good. Otherwise, just feeling that stretch through the back of the legs. And then as you push forwards through the shoulders, holding and breathing here. Nice, take a nice big inhale. Exhale, push into the pose. And again, inhale. And exhale, release, melt those hands downwards. We're going to inhale, roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Rolling the shoulders as we get to the top. Inhale, reach the hands upwards. As you exhale, take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. And we're going to hinge over to the right hand side. Spiraling that left shoulder backwards. Feeling that stretch through the side of the body. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, leaning over. And again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, swapping hands, so taking hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, reach up, create space, create length in the spine. And exhale, sink over to the left, spiraling that right shoulder backwards, keeping the chest nice and open. Feeling that stretch through the right side of the body. Staying grounded through both feet. Nice inhale here. Exhale, maybe you sink a bit deeper. Inhale, reach the hands upwards. And exhale, just melt the hands down by your sides. Roll the shoulders backwards if you need to. And roll the shoulders forwards. Perfect. Let's go into some sun salutations. So let's create some energy, some warmth. Let's inhale, reach the hands upwards, gaze upwards, take a slight back bend. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, your choice, you can either step or jump back into your high plank, bend through the elbows, lower yourself down through chaturanga, or you can take knees, chest, chin. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog, gaze upwards, take a slight back bend, shoulders are away from the ears. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, walk, step or jump back to the top of the mat. Exhale into your standing forward fold. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky, gaze upwards, take a slight back bend. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, come into your halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, your choice, step or jump back, high plank. Bend through the elbows, keeping them nice and close to the chest, lower yourself down. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, jump, step or walk back to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands upwards. One more time. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, come into your halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step or jump back into your high plank, bend through the elbows, lowering yourself down. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. We're just going to hold here. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. So from here, what you're going to do is you're just going to step your left foot into the center. So it comes next to the right foot. And then you're going to take your right leg behind your left. And you're just going to focus on pushing down into your left heel here. So feeling that stretch through the back of your left leg, maybe in your left calf. And let's just hold here for a moment. Just take a few breaths in this pose before we swap sides. Perfect. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, take the right foot back down to the mat. We're going to step the left foot out to the left side, step the right foot into the center, and pick the left foot up and place the left foot behind the right. And let's push down into the right heel, feeling that stretch through the back of the right leg. Gazing towards the back of the mat. Stretch out those calves. Breathe into the pose. Feeling any tension melting away with your out breath. Perfect. Let's uncross the left leg from the right. So stepping the left foot back down to the mat. Stepping the right foot back out to the right side. Let's inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees. Walk, step or jump back to the top of the mat. Exhale into your standing forward fold. Inhale, raise the hands to the sky. And exhale, let's bring the hands together at heart center. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, let's reach the hands upwards, put a bend into the knees as we come into our chair pose. So tucking the tailbone, lengthening through the spine, arms are beside the ears. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards, gaze towards the mat. Inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, step or jump back into your high plank, lower yourself down through chaturanga. Inhale, come into your upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Put a bend into that knee, open the hips to the right, send the heel over to the left. Really push those hips forwards, push into the left heel. So we're opening through the hips, stretching through the back of the left leg. Perfect. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg upwards, gaze forwards. As you exhale, step that foot to the top of the mat in between the hands. Ground through the back foot to a 45-degree angle. Raise those hands to the sky as you come into your warrior one. So grounded through both feet, pushing into that back leg. Front knees bent 90 degrees, arms are beside the ears, hips are square to the front of the mat. Nice and strong in your warrior pose. Inhale here. As you exhale, the hands come behind us. We're interlacing the fingers, pushing the hands together. Take a nice big inhale, open the chest, push the shoulders backwards. Exhale, hinge, fold forwards, crown of the head drops downwards. The chest comes to the inside of the right leg. Push those arms forwards. Humble warrior. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down to the mat. You're just going to take your right hand to the inside of your right leg and reach those left fingers up towards the sky. Spiral that left shoulder backwards, opening through the chest, pushing the right arm into the right leg, stretching out through those hips. Inhale here. Exhale, melt that hand back down to the mat. Frame the right foot. We're going to step the right foot back to meet the left. High plank, lower yourself down. Keep those elbows tucked in, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, tuck the toes. Raise the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Perfect. Inhale, reach that left leg to the sky. Put a bend into the knee. Open the hips to the left. Send the heel over to the right. Gaze through to the left. Push those hips forwards. Send that heel backwards. Push down through the right heel. Stretching through the hips. You'll feel the stretch through the left side of your body, through the back of your right leg. Holding here. And on your next inhale, let's reach that leg to the sky. Gaze forwards. Exhale, step that foot forwards to the top of the mat. Ground through the back foot. And raise the hands to the sky, coming into your warrior one. So pushing down into the back leg. Left knee is bent 90 degrees, hips are square to the front of the mat, arms are beside the ears. Nice and strong in your warrior one. Inhale here. And exhale, let's bring the hands behind us, interlace the fingers, push the palms together. Inhale, push the chest forward, shoulders back. And exhale, hinging at the hips, crown of the head comes downwards towards the mat. Chest comes to the inside of the left leg. Keep that left knee bent, push the hands towards the top of the mat. Humble warrior. Pushing into this pose, feeling the stretch in the hips, feeling the stretch in the shoulders. Take one more nice big inhale. Exhale, melting the hands down to the mat, bringing the left hand to the inside of the left leg. We're going to inhale, reach the right hand to the sky, gaze upwards, push that shoulder backwards. Pushing the left hand into the left leg. Holding here and breathing. Stretching through those hips, opening through the heart center. Palm is open, fingertips are stretched. One more nice big inhale. Exhale, release the right hand back down to the mat. Frame the left foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right high plank. Let's lower ourselves down through our chaturanga. Inhale, come into our upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, gaze forwards, bend the knees, jump, step or walk back to the top of the mat. Exhale, melt into that forward fold. As you inhale, putting a bend back into the knees, raising the hands to the sky, chair pose, tuck the tailbone, lengthen the spine. And exhale, hands come together at heart center. As we finish our sun salutation, take a nice big inhale. And a nice complete exhale. And if your mind has wandered, just bringing it back here. And one more nice big inhale. And exhale. Inhale, let's reach those hands upwards. And then as we exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forwards. Let's inhale, come into a halfway lift, look up, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, let's step the right foot back, lower the knee to the ground, untuck the toes, raise the hands to the sky as we come into our low lunge. So the left knee isn't sinking any further forward than the left ankle. Hips are square to the top of the mat. Take a nice big inhale, opening through the palms, stretching upwards. And then as you exhale, cactus those arms. So bending the elbows 90 degrees. Opening through palms of the hands, stretch out the fingers, push the chest forwards. Take a nice big inhale here. And then as we exhale, lengthening those arms out to the side. Inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to take a twist to the left. So bringing the left hand behind us, taking the right hand to the front of the mat, gazing towards the back of the mat. Try not to sink out of that lunge, so keep the 90-degree bend in the leg. Perfect. Inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, cartwheeling those arms upwards. And then exhale, melting the hands down towards the mat. Let's tuck the right toe, lift the right knee, step the left foot back to meet the right, lowering yourself down through your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Perfect. Inhale, gaze forwards. We're going to step the right foot towards the top of the mat, in between the hands, and lower the left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the hands upwards as we come into our low lunge. So sinking into that pose, making sure that the right knee isn't sinking any further forwards than the right ankle. Creating space, lengthening out that spine. Inhale here. Exhale, cactus arms. Pushing the chest forwards, pushing the shoulders, pushing the elbows backwards, sinking into the hips. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. On our next inhale, we're going to reach those arms out to the side. And then as we exhale, twisting to the right this time. So bringing the right hand behind us, left fingertips come in front, gaze towards the back of the mat. Try and keep that 90-degree bend in the knee. Feel that twist. Feel that stretch to the hips. Inhale here. Exhale, push that right shoulder backwards. Nice. On your next inhale, reaching both hands to the sky. Exhale, placing the palms down to the mat. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. Let's step that left foot forwards to meet the right. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale, rolling up through the spine. Roll the shoulders as you get to the top. Inhale, reach the hands upwards, take a slight back bend. And then exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards. We're just going to hang here. So taking hold of opposite elbows with the palms of the hands, let the crown of the head drop downwards. And let's just rock from side to side, forwards and backwards. Putting a bend into the knees if that feels good. Feeling that stretch through the back of the leg. And the weight of the torso stretching out, lengthening the spine. Perfect. Inhale here. Exhale, placing those palms back down to the mat. And take a nice big inhale. And from here, we're just going to exhale, step back into our downward facing dog. Melt the knees down to the mat. And we're going to keep our hips lifted as we walk our hands forwards to come into our puppy pose. So we're melting the chest downwards and keeping those hips lifted upwards. If you want to create a little bit more space, you're going to come onto your fingertips, cup those hands, melt the chest downwards. Feeling that stretch through your arms, through your chest. Perfect. Inhale here. And exhale. Feeling any tension melting away. And one more nice big inhale. And then exhale, just walk your hands back up. We're going to return to our tabletop position. So from here, just ground through the left leg. And you're going to step the right foot to the outside of your right hand. Perfect. So from here, we're going to ground through our left hand. Inhale, reach the right hand to the sky. You can either stay here, or to add a stretch to the quad, you're going to lift your left foot off of the mat. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring your right hand down to meet the left foot. And you're just going to pull that left foot in towards your glutes. So feel that stretch through the quad. So this is where your yoga strap or your dressing gown belt might be helpful if you can't reach your foot. Being careful of the knees, if you need to put something under the knee to keep you comfortable. Just holding here for a few breaths. Perfect. Take one more nice big inhale for me, and exhale, release the pose. Spiral the right palm to come back down to the mat. Let's kick the left knee back into the tabletop position, and then we're going to take the other side, so grounding through the right leg this time. We're going to step the left foot to the top of the mat. Perfect. And then grounding through the right hand. Inhale, let's reach the left fingers to the sky, either staying here, or as you exhale, you're going to put a bend into the right knee and take hold of that right foot with the left hand and pull that foot in towards the glutes, stretching out through the quad, gazing towards the back of the mat. Again, using any props as you need to. And take one more nice big inhale, exhale, gently release. And then we're gonna step the left knee back into our tabletop position. So grounding through the left hand again. This time we're going to inhale, reach the right hand to the sky, gaze upwards, and then exhale, let's thread the arm over to the left, resting the head down onto the mat. Inhale, reach the left fingers to the sky. As you exhale, taking them all the way over, try and take hold of your right thigh, really spiral that left shoulder backwards, open through the chest, feel that twist. Just holding here again for a few breaths. Take one more nice big inhale. As you exhale, release the left hand. Push yourself back up into your tabletop position, and then switching sides. So this time grounding through the right hand. Inhale, lift the left hand to the sky, gaze upwards. Exhale, let's thread the arm through to the right, resting the head all the way down to the mat. Inhale, reach the right fingers to the sky. Exhale, take hold of the left thigh. Spiral the right shoulder backwards, open through the chest. Feel that twist in the spine. So with each exhale, maybe you can take that twist a little bit further. So push the shoulder a little bit further back. Let's take one more nice big inhale. Exhale, release. Bring the right hand back down to the mat. Push up into your tabletop position. And then from here, we're just going to sink the hips backwards and sit back onto those heels. Perfect. So from here, we're just going to spin those legs around. And then we're just going to take a nice wide-legged position. So take those legs up nice and wide. Point the toes upwards towards the sky. Let's inhale, reach those hands upwards. And then as you exhale, hinging from the hips, folding forwards, bringing the hands, maybe the forearms down to the mat. If you can only bring the hands down to the mat, just work on wherever you are today. So if you've got tight hips, this one might be quite a struggle. But just notice that, feel any tension, and just take it to wherever you can. I'm not trying to force anything here. Nice, and then when you're ready, just walking those hands back up to the center. And then we're just going to bring the feet to touch. Put a bend into the knees as we come into our bound angle pose. So just try and get the heels as close to the groin as you can, close to the hips. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, push down with those knees. And then if you want to, you can add a forward fold. Keeping that spine nice and straight. And take one more nice big inhale here. And then exhale. Bring it back up if you took the fold. And then we're just going to cross those legs over. So coming back to our nice comfortable seat here. And we're just going to roll the shoulders backwards, so nice big shoulder rolls. And then roll those shoulders forwards. And then just taking some nice big head rolls. Taking the neck in one direction. Noticing any areas of tension, maybe spending a little bit longer there. And then when you're ready, just lift the head. We're going to take one more nice big stretch. So inhale, the arms come up beside us. Reach the hands to the sky. Bring the palms together, gaze upwards. And then as you exhale, melt those hands down to your heart center. Bow the chin to the chest. Close the eyes. And just return to your normal breathing pattern here. Take a moment to acknowledge, to notice how you feel, but without comparison or judgment. Carrying the energy that you've created with you throughout the day, using it as you need to. Just take a moment to thank yourself, to be grateful for everything that you are. Take one more nice big inhale through the nose here. And as you exhale, gently lift the head and blink the eyes open. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you all again very soon. Namaste.